Welcome to Managed Trucks. We're going to demonstrate today how to factor invoices. Now we have created loads, and now we have invoices already created. Now, just for you, as you can see now, we've got three invoices that are ready to factor, as you can see on there. Now we can also see that on the over here at the bottom where it says ready to factor, and then we've got 5,400 that's ready to factor. So for us to complete the factoring, this is where we need to click. But before we do, I just want to show you if I click here on the invoices, the invoices that we did create in the last session, we can see them over here. So notice there's nothing at the top here. We had two that were selected, then now we have them down here, and then it's showing us here the date, the date of the invoice, the amount, and the number of invoices. All right, if I click on here on the number, then I can see the loads again over here. So that's one of the things just to remember. All right, okay, I'll go ahead and close this here. So, but to factor, we'll come down here to ready to factor, and then we're going to go ahead and click. All right, so when we click here for ready to factor, again we'll need to confirm by typing the word factor, and then now we click OK. So notice it's saying factoring over here. So when it factors, it will create the files. It will basically combine the invoice, the rate count, and the BOL or any lumber if there is, and then get all those together so that they're presented in a fashion that is that factoring companies expect to receive it. So now, when this happens, it will also open up this dialog box here. So notice these are the files that will need to be that are affected in the factoring process, right? And then it will also go ahead and open up an email with the factoring schedule and the invoices that are ready to factor, and then a little message, a short message for the factoring company. So if you have all your settings correctly, you set up the emails correctly on your factoring setup, then it's going to go ahead and enter the email address for the factoring company here, and also your company for a copy, and then the factoring statement. And you can literally just click and send this. But let's look at the factoring. Let's look at the invoice first. If I open up this invoice, okay, see the invoice is already billed to the company, and then it has the notice of assignment right here. All right, and then the amounts, and then we have the rate confirmation, and then we have the bill of lading for this invoice. All right, and then it'll be the same. It'll be the same thing for the next invoice. All right, so if we open it here again, we'll see the same scenario. All right, okay. So if you're using Outlook, you can just hit send here, and then it will go ahead and go to your factoring company, if they expect you to deliver it by way of an email. But then if they expect you to deliver it by way of some maybe upload to a web portal, you can instead use this pop-up folder that has been open. So you've got your schedule over here and your invoices. So if I click open the schedule here, you will notice that this schedule will have a summary of the invoices. So for instance, as you can see here, these are the invoices together with the amounts. This is a schedule, which in the case of RTS, the example we're using, is what is acceptable to them. All right, and then once that is done, then you're through with this process, and then we can close this. File. Notice the ones that were sent are now turned. The status is now turned to gray, and if I click over here to open the load, it's telling that it's completed because it's been sent. And then if you notice at the bottom here, it's showing the invoice amount and the date the date it was also factored, and the amount. And then you can see that information right here. Now on the documents, if we click here to view documents, here's our invoice, and then we have the confirmation, and yet we also have the bill of lading. If at some stage you are to, maybe you wanted to send these documents, once you open it, you've got this button here, email load documents. You can use this to email. All right. Thank you.